Prepare yourself, for if you've been suffering unusual bodily symptoms that make no logical explanation, such as severe exhaustion, body pains, or sudden bouts of heat or cold, you're not broken and you're not alone. The fact is that most people can never comprehend what a chosen one's body goes through, since your journey is more than just emotional or spiritual. It is biological. Your cells are being pressed to carry more energy than most individuals ever do. And your body is attempting to adapt to something that most bodies are never required to do. You may find that your body feels heavier on some days. It's as if gravity itself is crushing down on you. That is not depression. That is vigorous compression. Chosen ones frequently bear the weight of emotional and spiritual anxiety, not just for themselves, but also for others around them. Your nervous system is more sensitive. You can feel other people's tension. You absorb stress from spaces, and your body responds before your head does. This sensitivity is not a weakness. It's a survival mechanism for a soul tasked with managing turmoil while maintaining clarity. Your symptoms do not appear during quiet periods. They occur when your surroundings are emotionally charged, energetically unstable, or ethically ambiguous. And this is what makes it difficult for others to grasp. They just see someone who is fatigued or acting strangely. They don't notice what your body is continuously attempting to control. Migraines, muscular tension, and stomach difficulties appear out of nowhere. These are not random. They are signals that your system is overloaded with energy. It was never intended to carry for so long without rest. You're not weak. You're overwhelmed. And unless you learn to release that energy via quiet, solitude, and grounding activities that restore your body to calm, those symptoms will continue to appear like alarms, attempting to catch your attention. The more you resist, the louder they get. Not because you are being punished, but because your body refuses to be ignored when doing sacred tasks. This is the physical cost of remaining spiritually awake in a world that is still asleep. You're sweating one moment and shivering the next. However, there is no fever, illness, or medical explanation to point to. A brief pause here. I was looking at the energy of our community and saw something fascinating. Over 95% of the watch time on this channel comes from souls who haven't subscribed yet. If this content is serving as a catalyst on your path, then I invite you to make our connection official by subscribing below. It's an act of energetic reciprocity that helps this community flourish. And if you feel a strong pull to help this work expand even further, you can become a supporting member or leave a donation. Every bit of energy you return is felt and deeply appreciated. Thank you for being here. Now, back to our topic. These temperature changes can occur in the middle of the day or while you sleep, and they frequently leave you wondering whether something is wrong. But here's the secret reality. As a chosen one, your body is very sensitive to energy surges, particularly when your surroundings are emotionally charged or spiritually dense. You're not simply feeling bodily feelings. You're also processing energy overload. This occurs when your aura rapidly increases, or when you're exposed to someone whose energy field is either depleting or hyperactive. It's like being placed next to a high voltage line. Your system cannot help but react. You can feel the heat waves. This is frequently the body's attempt to expend superfluous, invasive energy. The cold, that is your system's self-preservation mode, aiming to slow things down in order to avoid crashing. It is a survival mechanism. Most individuals never develop because they haven't had to. Doctors may tell you it's anxiety or hormonal fluctuations. And yes, those things have a role. But there is a deeper truth that no test can capture. Your body has evolved into a filter, and as the energy builds up, it affects more than just your thoughts and emotions. It activates the most primitive aspect of your physiology. These alterations are not in your brain. They are in your system, and they are attempting to defend you. This one can be difficult to convey until you've already experienced it. It's not exactly a headache. It's not sinus pressure either. It feels like something is expanding inside your brow, between your eyes, or directly above them. Some describe it as a tight band across the brow. Others report that it seems like the brain is swelling and pushing outward, as if it is under some type of internal pressure. However, there's no disease, fever, or medical reason, and it generally appears simultaneously. You're becoming more introspective, observant, or spiritually sensitive. For selected ones, this pressure is frequently associated with what is known as the third eye. But here's the real reality. Your brain is attempting to comprehend increasingly delicate information, and it is used to picking up on emotional tones, behavioral patterns, microexpressions, and even the unsaid intents of those around you. Your perspective is growing, and it is taking its toll. You're not going nuts. You're just reaching a higher degree of situational awareness, which most people spend their lives avoiding. And that awareness comes with a bodily cost. Your nervous system, particularly those parts related to intuitive processing, becomes overstimulated. The brain is more than a logical engine. It also functions as an energy interface. And for someone experiencing awakening, the rush of observation, insight, and gut-level understanding can have genuine bodily consequences. This pressure is your body's attempt to adjust, recalibrate, and build new pathways to deal with the deeper awareness your soul is gaining. If this happens to you, do not panic. Lower the lights. Close your eyes. Breathe gently. This isn't harmful. It's progressing, and your brain is working tirelessly to provide you with an unexplainable level of clarity. Only felt. Allow it. You're changing in real time. You're among people for a few hours, and then, bam. Your energy levels plummet as if you just run a marathon. It's not simply cerebral exhaustion or being introverted for the selected ones. This fatigue is a result of energy depletion. Your body not only interacts with others, but also absorbs from them. And if someone around you is furious, worried, deceptive, or energetically unstable, your system will feel like it has been slammed by a tsunami. This is because your aura is not passive. Rather, it is dynamic. Even if you don't want to, you instinctively scan the energy of others with whom you communicate. That requires energy. Add to it the fact that chosen ones frequently operate as emotional stabilizers in volatile circumstances. And your exhaustion begins to make perfect sense. You're not simply showing up physically. You're holding the energy together without even knowing it. You may find that this occurs especially frequently around certain people or in specific locations. That is not a coincidence. Your body is keeping track. It understands who drains and recharges you. And when the strain becomes too severe, it shuts down emotionally, cognitively, and physically. This is not a weakness. This is spiritual exhaustion, and it needs relaxation. If you're often fatigued after being among others, it's time to quit questioning your sensitivity and preserving your boundaries. You don't owe anyone access to your energy, especially if your body is paying for it. After what? One day it's your neck, the next your lower back. Then, despite having scarcely moved, your legs feel as if you've climbed a mountain. This type of pain is difficult to describe to doctors since it appears to move without rationale or reason. However, for the chosen ones, this is not at random. It indicates that the body is storing emotions and energies. Your body stores unresolved stress, wordless emotion, and even the weight of expectations you've quietly carried. And when your soul rises or awakens, your body begins to purge. That release is neither clean nor painless. It frequently passes through the muscles, where old energy is stored. Similarly, trauma lurks in the neurological system. This is why yoga, breathing exercises, or even deep sleep can cause pain after what? You're not simply resting. You're releasing, and your body, now comfortable enough to let go, is revealing where the weight was lurking. Most individuals either dull the discomfort or misdiagnose it. But selected ones must confront it because this anguish is a necessary part of your cleansing, and it is sacred even when it causes agony. Don't neglect these acres. Pay attention to where they show up. Your shoulders might be holding guilt. Your legs might be holding back fear. Your lower back may be guarding buried rage. The suffering conveys a message, and only your body is bold enough to provide it. It hits suddenly, a constriction, heaviness, or fluttering in the chest. Naturally, your initial thought is to panic. Is this anxiety? Is there something wrong with your heart? But when it vanishes as fast as it appeared and no medical reason is discovered, you're left perplexed. For selected ones, this chest tightness is frequently caused by energy resistance or emotional excess. Your heart core is more than simply emotional. It's a literal and dynamic processing hub. When you experience great spiritual or emotional transformations, your heart chakra is where most of the integration occurs. The tightness you're feeling is the body's method of indicating that emotional energy is backing up. It might be pain that you haven't expressed, love that you're keeping hidden, or truth that you're frightened to utter. And all of that comes together here. Selected ones experience it more profoundly than others because they're designed to digest not only their own feelings, but the emotional climate of the people and settings they are in. If you enter into a place where there is tremendous tension or someone is silently hurting, you may feel it in your chest before your brain recognizes it. It isn't cardiac failure, it's emotional excess. And when that energy is not expressed, it compresses inside the body, particularly in the area that was designed to stay open. The heart. Inhale deeply. Move your body. Say what you're frightened to say. Silence builds pressure, and your chest is already carrying too much. You're reading something deeply moving, or you're in the midst of a breakthrough conversation, when you suddenly feel a searing pain in your neck, a shock in your back, or a cramp in your thigh. It does not make sense. You wish to move. You did not strain anything, but when you feel an interior shift, your body flinches. This isn't a coincidence. This is a somatic interruption. Your body reacts to energy, attempting to pass through a blocked channel. Chosen ones frequently experience moments when enlightenment strives to come true. However, the body isn't totally prepared to receive it. That jolt, pain, or stress surge is your body's way of telling you that something hit you hard. But I'm not ready to let it move freely, so it keeps getting stuck. Energy manifests as unpredictable, unexplainable discomfort at the moment. You're attempting to grow. It is especially frequent in the neck, spine, hips, and joints, which are all related to support direction and flow. If you've ever experienced abrupt physical ache just before crying, confessing something, or realizing an unpleasant reality, that's precisely what it is. Your body is catching up with your waking, which is not always graceful. Instead of panicking, pause and ask yourself, what is the truth I am feeling right now? Pain is not the enemy. It is the messenger. The sooner you hear it, the sooner your body will be able to let go. If you made it thus far, you're aware of how you've been feeling, and your body isn't acting randomly. And it's certainly not a weakness. These symptoms do not indicate that something is wrong with you. They indicate that something is waking up. When that awareness penetrates deeper than the surface, touching your neurological system, organs, and bones, you realize that spiritual growth is more than just a mentality. It is a total bodily makeover. It takes strength to experience, process, and carry this much without explanation. Most individuals would avoid it, but you You've been bearing it in quiet, wondering whether you're alone. The fact is that chosen ones are designed differently, not better, not above, simply made for death. Your system is more sensitive because it was never designed to glide through life, numb or disengaged. You've come here to perceive, experience, and raise your body. The one thing most people neglect is your most powerful ally in this process. It is not betraying you. It translates the invisible. And the instant you stop resisting and heed to those signs, everything changes. So, the next time your chest tightens, your mind buzzes, or your energy drops for no apparent reason, do not rush to judgment. Please pause your grief. Ask yourself what your body is trying to tell you, since it is not attempting to slow you down. It's attempting to wake you up. You are not unwell. You are sensitive. That is not an issue in today's numb society. It is a superpower. If this resonated with you, you are not alone, and you are not imagining it. Leave a comment below if your body has been displaying signals that others do not recognize, because often the most powerful confirmations come from those who have experienced it themselves. And did this benefit you in any way? Click subscribe. This adventure is only beginning, and you will not have to go it alone.